Today we are here to play Baroque. Not playing it from the beginning, not playing the entire game. I just want to do a single run of the dungeon. Probably just one. So I'm going to let the intro movie play because it's sick, but I'm also going to talk over it, so you should go watch it. So this game is a PS1 port of the Sega Saturn Baroque. The PlayStation 1 version has the subtitle Uganda Muso, which means distorted delusions, or Moso, maybe? Uganda Moso, distorted delusions. So this game is a first-person semi-action RPG roguelike dungeon crawler. So this was before. Well, I mean, this was actually kind of late, maybe, or somewhere within the first Japanese wave of roguelike games when they started to do this randomized dungeon crawlers with the Dragon Quest series and the Chocobo Mystery Dungeon and the Shiren the Wanderer and the Evolution World. Evolution Worlds actually was developed by Sting, who are of course, the developers of Baroque. And Sting alone are enough reason to check out a game. It's kind of why I'm playing Baroque. So this game maybe is more well known in the West for the Wii/PS2 remake, which is a third-person perspective and is maybe a bit of a different game. I haven't played it. I intend to play it after I finish this one. So yeah, this game has a very 90s industrial horror style to it. Sort of like Hellraiser, probably the closest thing I can think of. The Hellraiser movies. Okay, so for some reason the brightness setting doesn't save, so I gotta set this because I think it looks better. Hopefully this isn't too dark on the stream, but I think it looks better if you turn that down a bit. Sort of the enemies and characters emerge from the darkness. So I don't think I have a suspend data because I just died in the dungeon so that I could get a fresh run. So a rising is like your stable save that is made when you return to town. And the structure of this game is the same as any other mystery dungeon game that I've played, which is not many. I guess I played Shiren the Wanderer, something else, Hades. Not quite the same thing, but I think the idea of returning to town is probably familiar for anyone who's played a roguelike game. So we've already progressed the story quite a bit. Earlier in the game, we weren't able to go in here. This guy was alive, not a zombified corpse. I don't think there's anything else to do over. Actually, you know what? Before we go into the dungeon, I've never returned here to the lab. See if there's anything interesting. Okay, I can get my idea sphere or my water, pure water. I don't think that I need this again. I've already used it. At the moment, I'm not going to explain the story progression because it's simple and yet at the same time convoluted. I did have to refer to a walkthrough at one point. There's only like one or two things you needed to do, but you might not figure them out on your own. Kind of obscure. This is thing. He's your item box. So let's see. Okay, so this growth so becomes stronger with every floor you descend, but experience is quartered. Resets if unequipped. I mean, that thing sounds like shit. Level ups don't raise your attack and defense, but they do raise your HP and vitality. And so, like, if survive through the first few floors, we're not going to use this. It's too complicated. This is rotten meat. I'll take this. Sometimes I throw rotten meat up here because we'll be able to purify it on an early floor of the dungeon. And then we have two brands. Brands are mutually exclusive. Almost all of them are applied to the character. Occasionally one can be applied to a weapon or armor. I think we're going to use the endurance brand, which halves the depletion of our vitality or hunger meter, because that is pretty powerful. Guillotine, which like doubles your attacks, is also good, but there are other ways to get that ability. And yeah, something defensive tends to go a longer way. I won't apply the brand just yet. I'm gonna talk to everyone in town just to see if anything's changed. It's neck things orb. Whoa. Okay, something has changed. I wonder if it was the great heat wave that caused people to distort. A girl with no sense of self, an old woman who reads minds. How did things end up like this? Why are you buried halfway in the ground? Also, it seems like it would, whether it was the great heat wave or not, would be a pretty easy yes or no, since that was an event that happened, a singular event. So it was either before or after that they became mutated. The Sentry Angel was saying, why is Neck Thing buried? I wonder if I'll understand his reasoning if I look at his crystal. Okay, that would be a useful hint if we hadn't already done all that. Neck Thing's idea sphere is speaking very, very, very. So it says Sephira. Sometimes it's spelled with a PH. That sounds to me like a transliteration of sphere, but people usually leave it as Sephira. Or sometimes Sephiroth, depending on the version of the game. And Coffin Man. Okay, don't be stingy. No shit. It is good advice. Is your idea sphere? I ain't into that kind of thing, alright? Okay. There's a few fish flying around over here. You can use to get, I think, just one level up before you enter the dungeon. Damage you take here doesn't matter, because you'll get healed before you enter. Might be enough for 2 level ups. Sometimes they fly over the... Yeah, those ones are kind of flying away. Over the part of the terrain that I can't cross. It's not a big deal. Not worth hanging around just to screw with them. And the Archangel, or the ghost or projection of the Archangel. Make good use of the Crypt Angel. It seems that if you toss him 2 items, he will change them into a different item for you. Yeah, I know. Go to the bottom of the nerve tower. Yep. What? How come I can't get the rifle? Oh. Progress the dialogue. Alright, so that recovery pattern builds us up before we go into the tower. And here we go. The first floor is just some fish and a bunch of items. It's always one room. Same one room. Yeah, I did not... Shoot, I should have used that seed already. I did not bring any weapons. It's fine. You don't often get a chance to throw items back to town, you know, to thing. So you have to be pretty judicious about what you want to save. Right, double-edged is a box that will give me a sword. It'll also cut my HP in half. Not my max HP, just it's gonna damage me. A bunch of rotten meat. What is special? All ailments. Alright, it's... yeah, I'm gonna open this. Lucky sword with the default 3 attack. Makes it easier to land critical hits. That's a pretty bad sword. Probably not going to use that. 3 attack is very weak. And critical hits don't seem to make much difference. There's no way to actually tell when they happen. Forgot that I want to apply the endurance brand. Okay, it's probably a better sword already. Sword that grows in power as your HP gets lower. Okay, I've actually never seen this one before. Also, every sword type has a default attack. This one is 4, and then it has a +1. So, it's 5 strength, so that immediately is going to be better. And the lucky sword. You get a lot of swords. The game really is generous at that. Whoa, this sword attacks fast. Taking a lot of damage here. What is hitting me? So your HP gradually recovers over time, and your vitality gradually drains over time. This is a Crypt Angel, by the way. So he will purify all this rotten meat. It's important because if you eat rotten meat, you get a stomach ache, which is a permanent, well, for the duration of this tower run, is a permanent -1 to attack and defense. I don't know if it stacks, but I assume it does. I've never eaten more than one rotten thing. I definitely don't want to open another double-edged. Don't really want to open that box either. Might have to use one of these meats to heal. So the thing about meat is you can use it to immediately heal HP, or if you're at max HP, it will extend your max HP. So I practically always jump scare. Why does brother sleep while I'm awake? Is it impossible for us to be awake at the same time? That is like our clone or something. I get the impression there's like talk of, he says a different thing each time you come in here, but you'll always encounter him on the second floor. The same goes for all NPCs. They're just fixed to a floor. And they say different things as you progress. But that one is, he calls himself our brother. And one of the ending cutscenes, when you finish the dungeon, uh, there's an interaction between the protagonist and his apparently identical brother who kills himself. Says, like, one of us has to die. I think what's going on is that, like, there's clones. The protagonist is just a clone of many. And so every time we die in the tower, they just wake up a new clone and send that one in. I guess the Archangel recovers the angelic rifle or something. So I'm dicking around right now because I'm letting my HP recover. One of the reasons that slow vitality depletion is such a good buff is that it means your HP recovery outpaces your vitality drain, so it's not a one-to-one trade. I don't think it's a one-to-one trade by default. It might be 2-to-1, 2 HP to 1 vitality, but with this, it's a lot more. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, yeah, 3-to-1, I guess. 3, yeah, which is pretty helpful. Alright, that's probably good enough. First of all, we have some shitty swords, so I don't really understand how this item combination works, but if I have junk items, I just merge them. Great, a box. Yeah, only be opened if you have 2. I don't think I've ever had a second twin box. Let's see what these bones are. These are unidentified, so I have to gnaw them. That was an evacuation bone. Okay. Early in the dungeon, you tend to see a lot of evacuation bones. The item distribution's clearly set on a floor-by-floor basis. So those can be used, one, to warp you to the exit, which isn't in and of itself that helpful. Sometimes a little convenient, but not that helpful. But they can also, each time you gnaw one, it recovers 10 HP and 10 vitality, which is the case with any, like, I don't know how to describe it, like safe bones, healing bones. There's 2 types of bones, like attack bones. I guess you could call them attack and defense bones. So defense bones will heal 10 HP and 10 vitality. Attack bones will subtract 10 HP and still heal 10 vitality. So anyway, our HP is max now, so we can eat all this idiot meat. So eating meat also restores 10 vitality in any circumstance, regardless whether it's rotten or your HP is maxed or whatever. So now our vitality is maxed as well, so we can eat the seeds to raise the max there. So that's pretty convenient buff. And then there's this one unknown torturer. These other 2 are good, though. Let's try opening the box. Okay, good. I don't really want this double-edged box, but I'm not going to throw it away just yet. We will see more Crypt Angels, but it'll be a while before the next one. Like, maybe floor 6 or something. And then it'll be a really long time after that one. So that was a little bit of a slow start just because I opened that double-edged box and it wasted so much HP. Had to chill out and let it recover. Flesh, that's unidentified meat. Means it could be rotten and we won't know. She didn't say anything. See, this is the tricky part. That this is why I got stuck and needed to walk through. When she flies away, you have to follow her through the wall. Of course, it's marked on your map after you go through. Thank you. I'm able to birth alright because you gave me pure water. Yeah. Okay, you said that a lot of times. So yeah, that's what you use your idea sphere for. Oh, I should have tried with the Crypt Angel combining idea spheres. I might end up having to toss those if they're just wasting inventory space, because I think we've already got all our use out of them. There's a coat. Grounding. Resistant to electric attacks. 2 defense is pretty crappy, but even the best coats only start out with like 4 or maybe 5 defense. Pathetic sword. Nutritive is great. That's a full HP and vitality recovery, so that will be very useful later down the line. Alright, so let's see what this bone is. Experience, those are good. You usually only see them on the first couple floors, though. Let's see. And then that grilled flesh. Grilled flesh is a full HP recovery, but it drains some vitality. It's a useful healing item to hang on to. There are also burnt seeds, which are a full vitality recovery, but cut your HP in half. Those are not as useful. Alright, so these guys can poison us. This is the first real enemy. What do I want to do? I'll throw this pathetic sword. Generally speaking, if you have an item you don't want, the best thing to do with it is just throw it at an enemy. Alright, there's a lot of enemies in this room, huh? Alright, we will use... Let's use the Mystery Torturer. Convergence. Okay, that doesn't help. That brings all enemies on the floor into this room. Thankfully, we have some other torturers to kill them. Otherwise, that could have been a pretty big problem. Experience wings, flesh box, burst bone. Burst is a useful attack bone. Insulating jackets. So Convergence brought all the enemies to this room and also brings all the items on the floor into this room. The experience wings are really good. I think they do eventually like break on their own. It seems like sometimes items just disappear from my inventory. This insulating coat will not be very useful. Yeah, so what to do with all this stuff? Okay, we can open the flesh box. Average meat. I need full HP before I want to use that. Is this an unidentified sword? I don't remember when I picked that up. Okay, that's useless. Can throw that. Swords do damage like when thrown, they do damage relative to what their attack stat is. I think septic is bad. Spreads rot, damaging all grotesques, and your flesh and hearts will rot. Uh, could be usable, but I don't really want it right now. I'm probably going to have to get rid of these idea spheres. I'm already doing too much inventory. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of this double-edged box too. Or, let's do this. Let's open this. And then we'll use the grilled meat to heal the damage that did. Does cost us a lot of vitality, but we'll get that back. It's not a big deal. And now we can eat average meat. This unidentified flesh, it's kind of risky. Seeing as I want this to be a complete run of the dungeon, I don't want to take a risk getting a stomach ache right now. Alright, that's another special injection. And we can't actually use an evacuation bone to warp to the escape until we have found the escape. Sometimes your sword just hits the wall. Okay, she would have farted blood at me, which causes blindness. It's not a big deal because I have the special injections. I have too many swords that aren't any good. Guillotine with the double attack is probably good. Alright, average meat. Let me see, actually. So, as I mentioned before, the swords have different attack speeds. Okay, that's kind of normal. See that every strike is followed by an upswing. It's intervention, though. This is fast. Alright, this is a trap. Step on that. It's always set up exactly this way. You step on the floor panel, hey Pepe Paco, and it fires the flame. I think this version looks good. I like it. I mean, what's there to choose from? There's Saturn and PlayStation, which look pretty similar. And then there's the Wii / PS2 one, which I'm going to play afterwards, but that's kind of a different game. I wouldn't... Saturn has better textures and lighting. Yeah, okay. It's believable. PlayStation is way easier to emulate, though, so that's why I went with this. It's a no-brainer. Saturn, it just sucks for emulation. If there's any difference in content, I might at some point visit the Saturn version, but right now, I'm kind of ready for the game to be over. Ooh, that was lucky that was a recovery, because I wasn't paying attention. So now I can eat the average meat. Yeah, I forgot to check before I started this session, but I think I've played the game for something like 20 hours now. And we're on like I think the 10th dungeon run. missed. Yes, the status plus 10 means like I'm the 10th. This is the 10th iteration, but probably 4 of those were intentional suicides to progress the story. So this is more like a 6th dungeon run, but all the other ones have been like complete 15 floor runs. So like I'm getting a little bit bored. Don't really have anything to do with any of this stuff. This Trials box, probably not very good. I am reluctant to throw away armor because you stop picking up armor after like floor 7 or 8 or something like that, and then if something happens to the one that you're already wearing, then you're just fucked. Some of these bones kind of useless. I'm getting rid of the neck thing sphere. Yeah, I know that there's like a 99 floor dungeon that is post game, so I guess that's probably what you're referring to in terms of being PlayStation exclusive. Yeah, I don't, as I just said, I don't super see myself doing that in the short term at least. I'm getting distracted. So I don't generally use defensive bones unless I actually need to recover vitality or HP. I try to save them. Alright, this is Alice. We don't understand much about pain, but I feel that we're missing a lot of things. You probably want to kill me, right? Then kill me. If you killed me, I think I'd be glad. No, that's not true, because I've shot you with the angelic rifle before, and you just popped right back up. So she's like maybe a manifestation of the creator and preserver or something. I don't know. I think we were being fused with her, or at least a clone of us was being fused with her, and that's what caused the great heat wave, and that's why her entrails are all hanging out. Because I guess we were ripped apart by the Archangel mid-fusion. At least that's what I put together from what the game shows you. The plot is all pretty cryptic, and the dialogue is minimal, which I like. But yeah, I was playing this because that port of Baroque shooting came out, and so I was playing that, and I was like, well, I should finally get around to playing Baroque since there's a fan translation running around now. Baroque shooting is great. So I've also been playing all Sting's other shooting games, just not streaming because there's no real point on YouTube. Alright, let's cure this blindness. Baroque shooting? Yeah, it's good. It's like a caravan style scoring game. No, I mean, it's a Dojin game from Y2K, so it looks like a Dojin game from Y2K. But it might not technically be a Dojin game. I think it did have a publisher of a physical version. Because, yeah, it's mostly just copy-pasted sprites from this game. But it's really fun. Yeah. I won't get into it now, but definitely at least try it. It's probably only 10 minutes long, and I've probably spent 25 hours playing it at this point. I should have a better score than M. Night by now, but for some reason I don't. Alright, what am I trying to pick up here? Flesh? Torture? I didn't expect anyone to show up in chat, so I was prepared more to do a let's play here. It's fine. It's good to see you. Okay, it's a torture. What is it? My brain keeps blanking. want it because it's good. I get rid of... I mean, these walking bones are useless. Let me just check what room I'm in. I mean, you can throw them at an enemy. Huh, you can't use it twice. What? That's weird. You can throw them at an enemy to instantly warp it, but then you're missing out on the healing. So, I don't know if that's a good idea. There's plenty of other shit to throw at enemies. That's another good torturer. Torturers are just spells or scrolls. You can do all kinds of things. Need to get my health back so that I can use some of this meat. That is a pathetic sword. It's useless. Alright, you know what? I don't think I need my sphere here. I'm not going to get rid of it just yet. Let's do this. I don't tend to use evacuation bones for their intended purpose very often. So, fill up my HP, and I can eat. Still not take any chances with the flesh. And the twin box, I think I'm just going to hang on to until I encounter a sense sphere. Throw it back up to the surface in hopes that one day, that will probably never occur, I will find another twin box. And it probably won't be worth it. Boxes generally don't give you anything particularly good. Damn it. Sword in the way. Cool, another box. That's what I wanted. Just talking about how good these are. Brand. I've tried this before and it didn't work. I don't know what the deal is. It says when you die, the item will be returned to the surface. Which I assume means that it'll get put in the box with thing, but yeah, I'm pretty sure I've tried it in the past and it didn't do shit. I guess I'll put it on the experience wings, but I think those are gonna break. Got a lot of HP already. Max vitality is nothing impressive, but it's fine. I wouldn't mind having a better coat. Alright, let's eat this experience bone. Alright, so this is, what, floor 5? So floor 5 is a Crypt Angel. Anything for him right now? I'm not touching that pattern. Here, let me see if I can get this guy to roll over it. Okay. Doesn't do anything in that position. Big Bang. I mean, theoretically, that could be useful, but... yeah, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna use it right away. Just every time you step on it, it does the same thing as the Big Bang Torturer. But enemies can step on it and then you get hit, so you gotta be a little careful. Man, give me a lot of injections here. Sure, stick it in my eyeball. I don't really care. Definitely not touching that pattern. That one's face up. So patterns are traps. Basically, they're just placed on the ground and they do various things when you walk over them. Most of those things are, well, they range from bad to really extremely bad. The worst one is food, which transforms a random item in your inventory into food. It can be useful if you set up properly, but normally what it does is just turn all your swords and armor into food, and then you get fucked. The worst thing that can happen is when you encounter a hallway that you need to go through and there's one of those patterns in the way, 'cause you won't be able to get around it. Another eye injection. Injections, just like defensive bones, will heal HP, 10 HP and 10 vitality when you use them. See, this is a case where, like, I can't get around this. Whatever. Okay, it's a recovery. How have I've encountered 2 recovery patterns in this run. It's crazy. That's like the one good one that they introduced you at the beginning of the game to trick you into thinking you might ever want to walk over a pattern, but really you don't. Can I... Oops. Not that. Alright, my vitality is maxed, so I can use the seed. So this is unidentified flesh, and like ID injection. There are ID injections and there are ID parasites that will help you identify stuff, but they're kind of rare and it's not always worth holding something in hopes that you'll get it. There is something that we can do with that meat. Okay, that was a useful room. So I pretty much always clear out the entire floor. Like, unless I'm in danger of immediate death, I always make sure to go to every room. Keeps you on pace experience-wise. Kind of a safe way to play. I'm taking a lot of damage here. Mystery injection. Let's go for it. Okay. Special. That's the one that clears ailments. Flying. This is pretty useless torture. I mean, again, if you're in immediate danger of death, it will warp enemies away from you, but there's a lot of other solutions to that problem. Oh. What tortures do I have? A lot. More unidentified flesh. So there's red bouncy guys steal items. You kill them, you get the item back, but as soon as they steal it, like that guy had just taken an item, and if I hadn't killed him right away, he would have run away, and they're faster than you, so they're hard to catch. What do we have? Evolution paralysis. I definitely want both of those. Still have a ton of these injections. Yeah, we're gonna have to do something about the unidentified meat. Evolution is an instant level up, so I usually try to hang on to that. Alright, so if you throw the Crypt Angel unidentified flesh, if it's rotten, he'll purify it. If it's not rotten, he'll cook it, which means you will lose the HP max boosts, but it still has some use, and I gotta get rid of some items, so yeah. Alright, those would have both been safe to eat. What happens if I throw in my water? He cleansed it. That's weird. Alright, you know what? Let's get rid of this evacuation bone. So enemies do continue to spawn in rooms that you are not in. So you'll never kill everything on the floor. Okay. Got a lot of torturers, so let's use one of them. Seems like it didn't do very much damage. My HP isn't great right now, but I don't want to heal until I have more meat to use. So these guys do a lot of damage. Definitely want to try to circle strafe them. What's your deal? Have you met the Crypt Angel? You should try throwing things, yeah, that are rotted or deteriorated. What do you have to say if I give you my idea sphere? Oh, okay, same thing she always does. She takes the item and then she either throws bones or some other shit. I'm not messing with those patterns. So, this lucky parasite, there's not really any reason not to use the first parasite you get, as far as I can tell. Because if you get something better, you just replace it. Brands can't be removed with other brands, they have to be erased. But parasites are just replaced as soon as you infest yourself with another one. These guys are gonna be a problem. My low HP right now. Not gonna mess with that guy. Alright, the bouncy sound is always one of these item thieves. Alright, my health is low enough that it's worth using one of these grilled meats. And I can use the idiot meat right away. So now, yeah, now I have a seed I need to use whenever my vitality is maxed again. So aside from like bones and injections, the other way that your vitality is recovered is, I don't remember if I already said this, but when you kill enemies, they drop an idea sphere and that recovers vitality. Usually, I think some of them might actually recover HP. Like each enemy has, even though they all look the same, each one has a distinct ID or idea sphere. Whoa. Yeah, that one recovers 5 or 6 vitality. And probably get this guy without taking too much damage. Now we completed the loop. Got blood in my eyes. Good excuse to use an injection. So the one weird thing about these thief enemies is that if you kill them with the angelic rifle, they don't give your item back. It's kind of a pain. Because, like, when they're running away from you, if you don't have anything else to throw at them, I think, well, I'll shoot them with the rifle. I tried that, and they don't drop the item if you do that. Alright, another coat. That's rare, and that's a good one, I think. Oh, I was thinking enduring. Stamina raises HP max by 25. I mean, it's better than lightning resistance, but it's not going to do a ton for us. I can get rid of one of these other ones at this point. I think electric resistance is better than ice resistance, because there's a enemy that's going to start showing up soon that does electric attacks. Defense wings. Yeah, that's pretty good, but the experience wings are still better. I won't throw away the defense wings though. Alright, I don't do enough damage to kill them. Stomach ache bone. Does that cause stomach ache or does it heal it? I've actually never seen that before. I need to use some of these torturers. Yeah, inflict stomach ache. That's what I expected. Curing stomach ache would be too powerful. You know what? Actually, here, let's use convergence. So convergence pairs well with other torturers that hurt everything in the room. Bring all the enemies to the same room and then get them all. The spell. Come on. I can hit him. I'm just gonna go ahead and waste this special injection. Status ailments aren't that big a deal. So that way I can eat these seeds to increase my vitality max. Got a bunch of unidentified torturers now. Just said I needed to get rid of them. Now I'm getting a ton more. Yeah, so the one thing about using like the blaze torture, I don't know if this applies to Big Bang as well, but blaze will burn all meat or seeds in the room. So sometimes you lose out by doing that. I have too many torturers. I'm just gonna eat some meat though. Suicide bomb, I don't want that. I think that's all the items. Did I check this far corner? No, but I think this is the coat that I left behind. Yeah. So there won't be any more items in any of the rooms. Like I said, that since enemies respawn, using convergence doesn't necessarily mean that you're not going to encounter more enemies. This is just a dead end. I feel like I missed the worker angels, the ones that are fused together. I thought that you encountered them before mind reading thing. I thought they were the first NPC you encountered. Let me see. I don't think guillotine's gonna be able to kill these guys either. Just need something with a higher attack number. Yeah, it's not gonna work. The guillotine sword is only gonna be any good if we can get a good parasite to infest it with. Okay, well, I don't have any boxes for you. Spherical objects scattered throughout the nerve tower are called sense spheres. They circulate the world's data, so I placed my daughter's sphere in a box and sent it into a sense sphere. Huh. I guess that's how she got out. Alright, so there's no reason to go to the other rooms. Especially not if it's just going to be those sun enemies. Why do I have so many items this time? Right, torturers. Alright, stomach ache bones are also not super useful. They're not useless, but they'd be better later on when we're dealing with stronger enemies. Okay, got an ID injection. You know what? I'm not going to use it yet. I was gonna just pick up those torturers again and use the injection to ID them, but they're just torturers. They're actually not that important. Damn it. He stole the sword I had equipped. That's why the smart thing to do is not engage with these guys. How the fuck did he get such a head start? Oh, here we go. I'll just use paralysis. Gonna try to throw an arrow bone at him. Yeah, the ID injection is probably better saved for when we have unidentified parasites or brands. Pattern ID, that is not a good brand. Let's use a torture. There's a lot of shit in here. Alright, I think I picked up, yeah, a burnt seed. I also have a regular seed. I'm gonna do something with them in a second, but first I'm gonna finish the floor and see if I get any other seeds. Alright, it's time to start throwing bones. Detox and mystery injection. Let's just get rid of this stomach ache bone. Wait. 1, 2, no, not enough. Actually, I'm gonna take the detox first and just use it. Not gonna use the mystery injection yet. I could ID it, but it's usually not necessary. Injections generally just have beneficial effects. I mean, I guess the reason to ID it would be in case you end up wanting to save it. Girder. I think that raises the defense of your equipped armor. No, multiplies the bones you're carrying. Oh, well. That just gives you one more of each bone. Got him. Arrow and burst bones do a lot of damage. Glass box, unidentified brand. Okay, this type of enemy now. These guys also do a lot of damage. Oh, fuck me. God, fucking food patterns piss me off so much. Alright, so we just lost that nutritive, which sucks. Alright, before I fuck around anymore, I don't want any of that shit to happen again. So what I'm gonna do is use the burnt seed to max my vitality and use the other seeds in my inventory, including the one I just got that the nutritive was transformed into. And then I'll use the grilled meat to heal me. So I'm only down 50 vitality. You know what? I think it might be time to use the defense wings. Inside, haven't got a decent coat, and kind of doubt that one is coming at this point. What's with all the fucking double-edged boxes? I'm gonna throw it at this guy. Oh, it halves his HP. Okay. A lot of times items, or maybe always, items inflict their effects on whatever you throw them at. Or the opposite. So like if you throw a detox injection at an enemy, it'll poison them rather than healing them of poison. Uh, glass box. Coat is just visible within the box. May explode when opened. Why is it called glass? I guess because you can tell that there's a coat in there. Do I have anything? I don't really have any way to heal if this hurts me. Oh well. Oh, a glass coat. Okay, it's not super useful. Glass items, just something you can use for one floor. Usually have a really high attack or defense stats. I'm just gonna go ahead and use that one right away. Where are we at? 9. We're gonna start seeing the spider women soon. Got a shitload of evacuation bones. Never went back and got those unidentified tortures. Not a big deal. That's why usually I don't drop items with the intent to come back to them, because I pretty much never remember to. Unlucky sword. I don't know if there's any point to that sword. Lowers your chance of critical hits. I'm just gonna have to avoid these guys. Don't have any way to kill them right now. That works. Alright, it's genius meat. That's great. I don't know if it would be better to ever use your meat for healing. Like, the genius meat is a full HP recover, so that could come in handy in a pinch. But the thing is that I don't know, the way I've been doing it, just focusing on increasing max HP, has been working. So I don't really see any reason to change my strat there. And like hanging on to items is just not going to work. You don't have inventory space for that. Another mystery injection. Jeez. It's getting about time that we might use that ID injection. Alright, what's this? Blaze. It's pretty good. Here we go. I have no use for the guillotine brand. I don't know why I've been carrying that. Missed. Brands actually do a lot of damage if they hit. It's not worth carrying around just to throw again, though. Unidentified sword. this double-edged box. Again, I missed. These guys are hard to hit with thrown items. There's the exits. So I don't... when you get a piece of equipment that is unidentified, you can ID it by equipping it. With coats and wings, sometimes there's a reason that you don't want to do that. Basically, they'll be cursed. But I've never encountered that with a sword. Okay. Purification with a +1. It's not any stronger than the intervention sword. Alright, is there anything that is worth throwing into the sense sphere? I don't know if I should toss the experience wings, because I feel like I'm probably going to be leaning towards the defense wings. I don't know. Guillotine sword. I don't need it. It's a good starting sword. I don't need that purification either, but I'm not going to take a chance of throwing it just yet. Just in case something were to happen to my main sword. Always want to back up. Alright, there's a lot of looping around there, but I think we're done with this floor. I'm not going back to the experience wings yet. Wave. This is okay. It's kind of pointless. It's like, I guess when it crits, it does like a long range attack. Seems like a 1 in 10 chance. I don't know if like the lucky parasite makes a difference. Yeah, it's not even that long range. Oh, you're fucking kidding me. Thank God it just changed the wave. I gotta be careful. Apparently that's the thing that that enemy specifically does. I didn't realize that before, but that was the second time that one of those spinning guys dropped a food pattern. I really don't want to walk over that. Yeah, so I got rotten meat. Not immediately useful. So one of the ways you can utilize the food pattern is you have junk items, you can empty out the rest of your inventory and then walk over it, so it has to pick the only items that you have left in your inventory and transform them into food. I just don't think I have anything that's junk, really, right now. Like, I could do it with the torturers, but honestly, I'd rather just keep them. I think it's probably time to ID this stuff. Okay. So the unknown injection was a worm which injects an unknown parasite into you, so that's maybe not super handy. And then there's a special prosperity, prevents boxes from exploding. When opening boxes, your HP and VT recover a little. That could be useful as a starting brand. We don't have, if we get to a sense sphere, I'll save it. But it's not huge. My current parasite, it's not that great. Just raises luck. So let's get a mystery parasite. Raises your defense by 1. Yeah, that's better than raising luck, for sure. What happens if I give you a corpse parasite? Nothing. You treat it as a fusion item. Oh, okay. Now the spider women are here, so I think here, let's see how much damage she does. 10. Okay, now what if I equip the electric resistance? 9? Yeah. It takes one damage off. It's not much. I feel like 25 max HP is probably better. That was an upside down recovery, which drains your HP and vitality. We don't need the little angelic insects anymore. We have a whole bunch packed into cultivation tubes already. Do you have any on you? You better use them. You got that? Huh? Never had a little in my possession. Also, all the NPCs on this run have given me, like, tutorial messages, which is not very useful. I don't know, some of them feel like things that I've heard before. About all of them. That is the food pattern. Don't walk over that. Okay, so when they sprinkle you with their dandruff, the spider women inflicts you with lusts, which turns all sprites into those women. So items, enemies, NPCs, they all end up looking the same. Okay, that was a homing bone. Got another mystery worm. Yeah, let's just throw this in my sword. Alright, thunder. I don't think it ever hurts to have an elemental effect on your weapon. I think it just straight up does extra damage, in fact. With maybe the exception of enemies that resist it. I think it might be the case that, like, if the enemy resists it, your weapon just does its normal damage, and for any other enemy it does extra damage. It's kind of what it feels like. Alright, this is a thief, you can tell because he's jumping around. I do have an injection that would cure the lust, but it's not a big enough problem right now that that's worth using. Okay. These guys. Just gonna use another torture. A lot of them are just similar, like explosive. An explosive effect on all nearby grotesques. Big Bang, explosive effect on all grotesques in the room. Blaze burns all grotesques in the room. So they're all slightly different, but pretty similar. These attack bones are going to be really helpful when we start encountering the wall tiles that block hallways. So that's one of the reasons I'm trying to hang on to some of them. Generally speaking, attack bones are very useful because they don't take up much inventory space because they stack. And they are going to do more damage than your normal attack, and a lot of them can hit multiple enemies. Oh, he's still hanging around with that parasite, the dead parasite that I gave him. Here, let's just throw something random. Okay. He made a new parasite, but it's kind of not a good one. Diffusal. Which, just diffuses a box so that it can't explode unless you have a really good box, like, I don't know, Hope, maybe. It's the only time I could think that I would use that. Otherwise, that's a pretty expendable item. Alright, let's leave her for the time being. I think I'm gonna switch the experience wings again. Yeah. I don't have much in the way of HP recovery right now, but I do have a lot of attack items that help me in a difficult situation. Alright, that's pretty useless. Alright, so now I actually can use this special. Wait. It didn't even cure my lust. It said it cures any status ailments. Or did I need to... I think I had it right. Anyway, this spider dropped an erasure brand, which is how you remove brands. Spider women drop those pretty frequently. At this point, I have a really good brand, so I don't have any need for it. Alright, that's another disposable sword. This might be a pattern. Okay, it's just a brand. You can tell it's an item when it doesn't move. Even the items you throw look like a seductive woman. Throw this freaking parasite. Oh, it actually did some damage. Oh, what the fuck? Usually they don't steal immediately, but use this lethargy. Torturer. It's just the prosperity brand anyway. I don't know, I'm taking a lot of damage. I think I need those defense wings. They're really in the mood to inflict loss today. You know what? I just realized with this intervention sword. And for one thing, I don't remember it being strength 7 before. Wasn't it strength 4 when we started? So, does its actual attack value go up when you're low on HP? Permanently? That'd be kind of weird. 'Cause I was about to say, like, clearly it attacks faster when your HP is low. Like, it looks like it's probably when I'm below 30%. Should be like 115 right now. Wait, let's use an evacuation bone. I'm not sure what enemy that was. Alright, last one away. At last. Another erasure brand. These are basically just throwing weapons at this point. Another. Let's see. Let's go with the Big Bang attack. Revolution. So Revolution is a weird one that inverts your HP. And vitality values. Well, basically, it swaps your remaining HP with your missing HP. So if you have 50 out of 350 HP, then use Revolution and you'll have 300 instead. So, like right now, it would be a substantial heal, but it would also cost me a lot of vitality to use. I'm trying to think if there's a reason to do that. The other thing that you can use a Revolution injection for is you can throw it at an enemy who's at max HP and it will instantly kill them. Yeah, I'm gonna use it, whatever. Take a chance. My vitality is a lot safer than my HP because of the enduring brand. Gnaw a couple of these evacuation bones too. As soon as my HP is maxed again, eat that idiot meat. Alright, so we're on floor 12. The previous iteration of the nerve tower was 15 floors. My assumption is that this version is going to be 30. I mean, that's my guess. It might be too strong to say it's an assumption. I would think it at least 25. Hopefully not more than 30. I did 24 damage. Alright, we got a sense sphere. Save the prosperity brand, because if I use that at the beginning of a run, then I could safely open boxes for the entire run. The experience wings, another choice. Unless I get a better coat, I really can't. Like, I feel like, so leveling up raises your max HP and vitality, but I've already got my vitality draining slowly, and I've got a lot of HP actually, and it doesn't do me that good if I'm taking huge hits. I don't know, I'll save the prosperity brand. It's a little bit more interesting. The wave brand just does the thing that the wave sword does. Same way that the guillotine ability works. So basically it's useless since the wave ability is crap. There's also Trident. There's Guillotine, Wave, and Trident. Those are the only three that come to mind for special sword swings. Trident does like a triple slash, which is actually pretty good. And you can get multiple effects. Like, if your sword is Guillotine and you have a Trident brand, then you can have the double strike and also trigger the triple strike on criticals. The triple strike is like 3 simultaneous hits. It's not the 1-2 combo that Guillotine does. Can I do something about you? Not even touching that pattern. Coat. All the way down here. I did a lot. When you throw items, it actually tells you how much damage they deal. You can also throw an ID brand or an ID injection at an enemy to see what its max HP is. It's a worse version of a coat that I already have. What the... But yeah, I would guess that the damage that my sword strikes are doing is just like what my attack is. So 16 plus 5, 21. I got all these erasure brands. Oh, not that door. Stamina deteriorated. Okay. So my jacket is now -1, which isn't great. Let's switch to the other one. I mean, difference between 1 and 2 defense is not much, but the max HP boost isn't doing much for me either. At the moment, at least. When did I pick up these secretion bones? So these cause bodily fluids to pool at your feet when gnawed. You can also throw it. So I don't know that there's any function to those except that, except for the normal healing effect of gnawing a bone. This is basically just a mini heal. 10 HP, 10 vitality. Just gonna use an evacuation. Probably about time to use that evolution needle. I'll wait till the next level up and then do it. Alright, so we're now into the ice floors, starting with floor 13. Yeah, see, the sword is strength 15. Unidentified, but I guarantee this is a glass sword. Because its attack is so high. I mean, I just started the floor, so I may as well use it. There's a lot of you in there. think eradication, it is better than sterilization. That one is -2, but that's okay, because this is my backup sword. And eventually I'll encounter another Crypt Angel, and those will remove stat penalties on items, same way that they fix rotten meats. What am I standing on? Mystery injection? I don't know if I need this special. Oh, here we go with the wall tiles. These guys do a lot of damage. Let's see how many hits it takes. Past 91 damage. 3. The glass sword, man, that's a lot still. You think 15 attack would mean more? Alright, unidentified meat. The arrow bone is penetrating. Alright, vitality raises your VT max by 12 when it infests you. That's not that good. What's my current parasite? Defense by 1. Not awesome either, but it's better than this. Especially since defense is kind of a weak point right now. There's a thunder parasite on the ground. Sword I'm using already has that. That's not going to do much for me. Alright, if I just kill like 1 or 2 more enemies, be a level up, and I'll use that evolution injection. There's the level up. I don't really have any way to get my HP maxed out again, except to sit around doing nothing. I don't super feel like doing. Alright, confusion is not that great. Let's see what's in the box. Hungry box. Was a box. That's it. Alright, cool. Wait. Going in a circle. Cultivation. This sense sphere stores memories of my sense. Whoa, this hasn't happened before. It will be gradual. We begin by taking away God's pain. Pain? Pain is a signal that indicates the presence of distortion. When we become ill, our bodies produce substances such as malignant noradrenaline. Malignant noradrenaline? It's a chemical in the brain responsible for causing pain, chills, dejection, and all manner of negative sensations. But this is a signal to repair a body that has begun to distort. This is why sick people are not cheerful and positive. We will begin to create a sick God that is cheerful and positive. A sick God? We will stream distorted information through the sense spheres, gradually driving God mad. Once freed from pain, God won't notice as it slowly goes insane. But we will then cultivate the pain we have removed. What? We'll create beings of pure pain, pain that no longer resides internally within God, but pain that can enter God from the outside. What? Why do such a thing? Each cultivation tube will be a bullet that can then be fired into God. You go too far. Would you really turn against me after all this time? It's too late to turn back now. The angelic insects known as littles are packed into cultivation tubes. Those tubes are the very bullets used by the angelic rifle. The cultivation tube shatters as it enters a grotesque, and the little pierces through its body. However, the little dies before it can fly away. The littles are nothing but suffering, so they can only exist within the cultivation tubes. I have no choice but to leave everything to you. The worker angels are headed to the depths with an amplifier. Go save the littles. Save them with your purification ability. What? Please, you must hurry. Go purify the littles, please. Is that you talking to me, or was it the sphere? So can I throw an item into this sphere? Do I have anything that's even worth it? I guess it's time at last to throw the experience wings. I was the one who performed the extraction of the littles. That sin alone would be enough to cast me into the depths of hell. I want you to stop. As much as I wish I could be, I must not be purified. So he wants to drive God mad by taking away its pain and sending it distorted information, which I guess is like fake news or something. And then, just as an aside, or a side product of that, is they make littles, which are bullets of pure pain, which can then be fired at God to kill it. Although I don't know, like, you take away all of God's pain, and then when you shoot it with a pain bullet, for some reason that kills it. I guess maybe because it's already insane or something. I don't know, I'm sure it's all gonna make sense in the end. I was gonna use an evacuation bone. I don't know if the cultivation injection has any remaining function. It was a story item that we used on a previous run. Well, we picked it up on a previous run, then I brought it out and gave it to Neck Thing, which may have been necessary to progress the story. I don't know. It's a little unclear whether that was necessary or just tangential. I don't want to use this mystery injection because if it was a revolution right now, I'd be pretty fucked by that. No, I'm going to throw a vitality parasite at you. See what that does. 60 damage. Alright. 12 secretion bones. I think I should probably use those to heal. Then use the idiot meat. Oh, it's too late now. Let's fight. No, I'm not gonna use the torture. Never mind. More secretion bones. The idea of causing bodily fluids to pool at your feet kind of makes it sound like it makes you piss yourself. I think that's basically what's happening. I don't really have anything I want to use here. I want to hang on to one Erasure brand in case I do encounter a really good brand. Heart. What does that do? Oh, I think it transforms all grotesques in the room into hearts or seeds, whichever you want to call them. Another vitality parasite. Damn it. This one raises VT max by 15, which still isn't that great. That did a lot of damage. It's dangerous to equip unknown wings. They could be stubborn wings, which do nothing and can't be removed. It's time to use some torturers. Really? Still has that much HP left? Maybe those guys are resistant to fire. Another revolution. Assault wings. Salty wings. Which I think, yeah, raise your attack by 2. By the way, the intervention sword is back down to 4 attack, so I guess its attack stat itself changes. when you're low on HP. I don't think I need the cultivation. Just gonna drop it for now. Grilled meat. Okay. Here we go. I'm not gonna use it just yet. Coriol. It is my wish that the distortion vanish and the Archangel be brought to justice. The artificial sense spheres drove him mad. I can't think of any other explanation. Can you? You can't remember. Purify me, I beg of you. Hey, it's best you don't remember. Yeah, I don't think I need the Coriol sphere. Probably would suck if I do. Like, if I get through 30 floors or something and find out that I don't have an item that I needed, I'm not going to be super happy about that. Alright, I'm just going to throw this thunder parasite at you. That's it for this floor? That can't be right. Is there an ice wall somewhere? Huh. Nope, that's really it. Alright, well, I guess I'll grab the cultivation fluid. At least take it to the next floor. I want to throw the revolution at this guy, but I feel like it's going to miss. Yeah, I should try throwing something else. Well, yeah, homing bone isn't going to miss. So that wasn't a good test. I can't believe I never got a better sword than this. This has actually been a fairly sword light run. Come back for the ice wall. What the hell? Another one of you spawned already? These guys, I don't remember what their deal is. Oh, they drain your vitality. Okay, that's bad. Alright, I'm using the mystery injection. Corrosive, great. Lowered the defense of my armor. I figured worst case scenario it was a revolution, and I have another revolution that could reverse it, but no. There was an even worse scenario. I was not familiar with the corrosive fluid. This is a homing bone situation. I like the way those fly. Yeah, these ceiling guys can paralyze you. It's not a big deal as long as it's just one-on-one. So it wears off pretty quickly. It can be a problem if there's more enemies in the room, though. I think I'm gonna go with the assault wings for a while. I mean, at this point, my defense is so bad that maybe it would be better if I could just kill enemies a little bit quicker. Come on. Oh, it's Alice. You intend to kill me, don't you? You're being misled by the Archangel's lies, but if it saves you, then that's fine. Yeah, I think she must be the spirit of or personification of God, because he didn't say anything about killing Alice. I thought this was water. I can walk over it, though. No one's told us anything about killing Alice, but we have been ordered to kill God. Erotic brand. I don't know. It seems like at this point I'm not gonna get a chance to identify this unknown brand. Okay, it was explosive, so it wouldn't have been good anyway. Can't open. Is it an unidentified twin box? Alright, let's get rid of the cultivation again. Erotic probably just causes you to... Oh no. When in lust, you will achieve max sword speed and your crit rate will raise. I mean, that would have been good in the floors where we were dealing with the spider women, but I don't know how much we're gonna have to deal with lust in the future. I'm able to birth our egg because you gave me your pure water. Yeah. Here we go. If we sample lots of uncorrupted information and spew forth that data, we should be able to restore things the way they were. That is why we will need many sense spheres. So we gotta spread the truth or something? Look, your core became a sense sphere which contains your memories. With it, you can remember who you were. Uh-oh. There's no other way. He left me a note. Knight to E3. What an impatient move. It's not possible to preserve the two of them with only one heart. Why is our body different from everybody else? If they remain fused together, both of them will surely die. My back hurts because my brother was squirming around. There's no other way. We must sacrifice one of them. It'll be checkmate in 7 moves, but first I must sacrifice my queen. Help us. Through the Debar fusion, grant God the voice of... But who will undertake the fusion? Number 12 seems appropriate as he once lost half his body. If this is discovered, they'll be torn apart. But if things continue like this, the Archangel will replace the Creator and Preserver. There's no other way. We must undertake the Debar fusion. Help us. What? The Coriel are attempting the Debar? Place the traitors in the confinement coffins. Halt the Debar fusion. Pull them apart. Don't tear us apart. Help us. So maybe our main character is not a clone, but he was born a conjoined twin, and they were separated at some point, and it caused one of them to die. Hence the guilt about his brother's death. And because he was separated from his brother, he wanted to be fused with God, like he wanted to be complete again or something, or he was a good candidate for fusion. So they tried to fuse him with God because of that. That is what I'm gonna guess at this point. Also, can I throw stuff into this sense sphere? Cool. Presumably it's still a 1-item limit, but I guess I should double check. Yeah. 1 item per sense sphere. My vitality is finally getting kind of low. There's no going back anymore. What Eliza did was pointless. No matter how many sense spheres she produces, there's no going back anymore. I absolutely hate being in pieces. What do you think about this cultivation? Okay. What do you think about this erotic brand? I guess the erotic brand is like a tramp stamp or something. So I want to find a room with a lot of enemies so that I can use the heart torturer and turn them all into seeds. Or hearts, as it were. Starting to have too much junk here. I'm gonna take a chance and just get rid of extra coat. I don't have any offensive weapons anymore. I don't think this erotic brand is gonna be useful. Oh, it just caused lust. Oh, whoa, wait. When I had lust, he was restoring my vitality. Or when he had lust, it was causing him to restore my vitality. Damn it. I noticed it too late. That is a crazy interaction. What happened to that box that I couldn't open? Where did that go? I don't remember dropping it. Oh, I think, yeah, I'm just gonna use this revolution to kill that guy. Now we know they have 366 HP. Too bad I don't have any way to cause lust again. I think I gotta avoid those. That's way too much vitality drained. More wings. Antitoxin. Yeah, prevents poison and paralysis. You know what? I'm gonna use the angelic rifle on this thing. Once your vitality is fully drained, at that point you start losing HP. I do have all those secretion bones, so I could refill it. I'm just not doing that just yet. Grub. I don't know what that is. Alright, I probably don't want to waste any more bullets. Alright, let's use a few of these so that I can eat that idiot meat. May mature while descending to the next floor. Okay. Rotten bones. Yikes. Alright. The thing about that, so AD raises the attack of the equipped sword, defense of the equipped coat. This coat sucks so much that I don't even want to waste it on this, but at the same time, I don't know if I'll get anything better. Alright, the antitoxin wings are not important. Yeah, poisoning him did not reverse the vitality draining effects, unsurprisingly. Alright, so what about these rotten bones? Changes grotesque into rotten flesh when thrown. Okay, that could be useful. I mean, at the very least, it's an instant kill. I'm just gonna use the AD. Oh, well, first I'll get rid of the cultivation again. I wish I knew what happened to that box, though. I definitely didn't leave it behind. Alright, I'm gonna take a risk. Gnaw this bone. And damage, no big deal. Alright, I'm gonna get rid of these unidentified wings. Rotten genius meat, that's actually not bad. If I encounter another crypt angel at some point. Alright. I think I'm gonna risk eating the unidentified meat. Alright, thank God it wasn't rotten. This floor's kind of big. Alright, well, with grilled meats, I have a full health restore whenever I need it. And if I can unrot these ones, that'll be a pretty huge max HP boost. Or if I have something that prevents or cures stomachache. Still have an unknown injection, unknown worm. I might end up using that AD pretty soon. Alright, so we're now on floor 16. The previous iteration of the dungeon actually went until 17, but floors 16 and 17 were just like, they just had NPCs. I'm gonna use the heart. This guy's too much of a pain in the ass. It's gonna be a problem. Oh man, there were only 2 enemies in the room. That's a little disappointing. Comet. Okay, that's a good parasite. I'm gonna use the AD. And I think what I'm gonna do, I don't really need the evacuation bones, so I'm gonna get them out of my inventory, then just gnaw on secretions. Actually, first let's make sure the seed isn't rotten. Okay, it's not. Alright, vitality is maxed and up 20. So, Comet, press you or your sword and raises attack speed. So my sword already has a thunder parasite in it. I don't super want to replace that. What do I have? Defense 1. But if I, the thing about, I'm just not going to use it yet. The grub did not mature. Okay, I've never seen that kind of wall before. Oh, come on. That's an annoying position. Oh, it turned into a spider thing. Oh, face hugger. What the fuck? Lethargy? What's happening? Is it still alive? I saw splashes of green slime or something around my feet. So lethargy just makes you walk really slow. Probably makes you attack slow too. Well, I could use the ID worm to identify this other worm, or I could use it to identify this injection. I think I'm going to use it for the other worm. Raises HP max by 10. Okay, that's not very good at all. That did fuck all damage. Right, now I get an unidentified coats. Would have been great to pick that up before I use the ID parasite. So you can make parasites infest each other and it will combine their effects. I wonder what happens if we combine a stamina with a stamina. Okay, so that doesn't even turn into a double parasite. It just adds the total. So I could combine that with the comet, get 35 max HP. Max HP from parasite is still, like, not that awesome of a bonus. Alright, even if this coat is cursed, it's probably still better than the one I have equipped. And it's not. It's just 4 defense. Perfectly fine with that. And I'm gonna throw this homing bone. Great, he self-destructed. What? He attacked through the ice. Couldn't get myself around the corner there. I wonder if now it would be better to equip the defense wings. Yeah, see, there's a comet sword. Its attack power is so low that it's not going to be any better than the parasite. And actually, I'll throw the eradication. Did fuck all damage. Yeah. My HP gets low. This sword gets crazy. Which I guess would be a reason that max HP would be beneficial, because, well, assuming that it's percentage based, which I guess is not a safe assumption. Here, we're over 125. Yeah. The sword is back to normal. What is this? Cool. Random warp. Alright, I'm not fighting another one of these guys. Let's just go. Be great if I could find a crypt angel soon. Oh, we got 2 comets now. I wonder if that effect can double. I think I've tried that before and it doesn't. Well, since we have two of them. Oh yeah, but if I put it in my sword, then I lose the thunder. Alright, I'm not infesting anything just yet. I think I got him to hit the other enemy. That's what I was trying to do, at least. Magnificent. Contains powerful equipment. In rare cases, it may explode when opened. Well, let's risk it. Distorted jacket. Prevents all ailments except for stomach aches and confusion. Oh, that's fine. Same defense stat as the other one, so it's not like amazing or anything, but not bad at all. I feel like I'm causing infighting or something. We're also out of the ice theme, back to the original floor theme. Assault. Raises your attack by 2 and it infests you. Okay, so if I combined Assault and Comet, that would be definitely better than just +1 defense. I think it would be better than anything with HP max as well. And just because I'm not sure if I tried it before, let's try double commenting. Okay, it's just end up with just a comet parasite. It's not numerical. Yeah, let's go with comet plus assault. I could infest that into a sword too, but it's definitely better than defense +1. Let's try it with the assault wings. So now my attack is +10. Desire. Blitz lust. Okay. That bone would be useful for the guys that drain your vitality. It's just that my vitality is currently maxed. I don't think I want to waste it right now. Being at low HP is pretty strong. I think I'm probably... Oh yeah, its attack is 9 now. Don't think I'm gonna use the stamina jacket again. And I think I'm also better off with the defense wings. Recovery box. Recovers HP amount. It recovers unknown until opened. Well, I need a lot of HP, so I'll take it. HP full. Nice. And that means I can use this meat. Still need that Crypt Angel, though. Whoa, just got shot in the head. Do I have anything to throw here? Not really. Lethargy evaded. Don't know what the hell's going on with those guys. Another sense sphere, which means I can throw the other twin box in, which means next time I'll be able to open those up. Oh, that was a parasite corpse that I left. That was the coat that I left. This is a long-ass hallway. Jesus. God, finally. I don't even know who he's attacking. Another twin box after I just threw away the one that I had. Do I have a faster way of dealing with you? Really? Nutritive, that's great. Full restore. Floor 18. Okay, now we have a new theme. Oh, it's probably trash. Definitely trash. Oh, here's a worker angel. One of his heads cut off. The littles won't be able to withstand their amplified pain and will perish. The only ones left have been jammed into bullets. Don't go wasting them. You need to take aim, fire, and purify the world. I bet what a fucking pest. Alright, I'm shooting you with the angelic rifle. Fuck you, buddy. Yeah. Doesn't really do anything to most NPCs. I think Alice is the only one that has a unique interaction with it. Which I guess is yet more evidence that she's some kind of incarnation of God. Projection. Oh, here is a new enemy. I think it's the one from the opening cutscene. Huh. Alright, I'll just let it wander off. Whoa. Killed it that time. Alright, it's not very exciting, but let's ID this injection. Fully recovers your attack. If you do not need recovery, your attack max will raise by 1. Man, I've been carrying that for a long time. Attack max up. Whoa. A giant version of this guy. It's way creepier when it's enlarged. Oops. I don't think I want to inflict lust on him. I think I'm just gonna leave it. Sense spheres here are man-made devices created by the Archangel for the purpose of streaming false information. Stop. Guy has like an exposed brain. Not encountered this NPC before. Seems that if you throw an item into a sense sphere, yeah, I know that. These artificial sense spheres are totally useless in that regard. So you mean these are artificial sense spheres? They're not even spheres. Oops, there's that bone. Please do not push. More defense wings. These better or worse than the ones I have? Exactly the same. Misery, misery. Die, die, die. Creepy. Non-flammable. I think that's junk. It's like 2 defense, probably. And resistant to fire. Not worth carrying. What the hell? Why didn't it go all the way? Oh shit. Okay, those ones, the big ones can explode on command. Kinda hard to get away from. These giant Venus flytrap things hold you in place while they attack you. Recovery D, that's defense max +1. Definitely take it. Where'd that eyeball go? Alright, I'll just use that for the healing. What? Oh, he bit me from behind? What happened to the pattern that I just tried to install? I was just gonna put that on the floor and then use it to blow these guys up. There it is. Great. All I did was burn the seed. 50 HP for everyone in the room, including grotesques. Oh, I'm just gonna use that now. Probably gonna leave behind that twin box. Alright, so actually, how long have I been streaming? Almost 3 hours. So I think that we're gonna do up to floor 20 and then I'm gonna stop. I underestimated how long this would take. I mean, I knew it would be like, or I was assuming it would be like 3 hours, but we're going on 3 hours, and as far as I can tell, we're probably only halfway there, if that. So we might have to pick this up next weekend. Let's at least get to floor 20. Alright, recovery AD. Okay, so that's your max HP and defense. We're getting a lot of those. all of a sudden. Stat boosters. Kill it fast enough, but it also didn't lethargy me. These are weird. Oh, the card. Now we're filling out all the rest of the enemies that were in the shooting game that I hadn't seen yet. You know what? I'm gonna throw a twin box at you. Armor raises the defense of the equipped coat by 1, so I'm probably good with using that on the coat that I have now. I think I also might get rid of my backup sword. It's not very good, and it's been a while since I felt like I was at risk of suddenly losing an item. Additional, contains the item you last obtained prior to opening the box. Okay, that could be very good. Also, I have these extra defense wings that I forgot about. Those are getting thrown. I guess the card is doing ice damage to me. Uh, yes, if I use the additional box now, I could get another unidentified worm. I wonder if it would be the same actual worm type. Alright, let's get rid of this extra sword. Trials. This halves your HP recovery rates. I think it's garbage. What? Did the card... Oh, what? How are there this many behind me? I feel like I'm playing American McGee's Alice. Freaking card stabbing me with a knife. Oh. So far, there's actually been a fairly uneventful run of the dungeon. I haven't got anything particularly awesome, any cool combos, but we also haven't been on the brink of death. Oh, my sword is in, like, desperation mode. But I'm at, I think it must be 1/3 HP. Let's see if, like, I guess 136 would be a third. 137. Yeah, now it's back to normal. That's actually pretty generous as far as like desperation type items go. It's really not one hit away from death or anything. Let's just see if I can use this. Whoa, that's not what I expected to happen. Alright, so what does the corrosive do? Deteriorates the coat you have equipped. Okay, so that would be useful if you had a cursed coat that you equipped by accident. Other than that, I don't see any function for it. Oh wait, no, it wouldn't even, because by deteriorates, it just means it lowers its defense. It doesn't actually, it doesn't like disintegrate it. Where was that? Here we go. Yeah, so I think, as a matter of fact, I think I'm going to stop here so we can start at 20 next time. Um, I might come back later tonight, but I need to eat, and I have a feeling we have a long way to go. I might just look up how many floors there are remaining, even if it's just 10. At this rate, that's going to take us, what, it took us 3 hours to make it through 19. So another hour and a half. So that's why the game has the suspend feature. So we're going to use that. It definitely seems like this could be the final iteration of the dungeon and the end of the game. Since we've had a lot of new story events going on. Well, yeah, that's it. See you around.